Today's update comes with urgency and importance for every senior and pensioner across Australia. Centrelink is preparing to make its next major decision, one that could shape how much money millions of older Australians receive when they receive it, and what new support may be available in the coming months. This decision is not a small administrative update. It's part of a larger review connected to the cost of living pressures, inflation changes, and the upcoming government welfare budget. Every Australian pensioner needs to understand what's happening because what Centrelink decides next could directly affect your fortnightly pension, your bonuses, and your eligibility for additional payments in 2025. The discussion has already reached senior policy levels, where officials are reviewing payment thresholds, eligibility adjustments, and new support for low-income pensioners. The Department of Social Services and Centrelink teams have been gathering data on how rising rent prices, increasing food costs, and power bills are affecting older Australians. This information is feeding into the key decision that will soon define how much extra help the government provides through the age pension, disability support pension, and carer payment systems. For now, this update focuses on clarity and timing, because the next few weeks could bring a combination of good news and major adjustments. Many pensioners are anxiously waiting for the March indexation, the energy bill assistance expansion, and potential new supplements that have been under review since mid-year. While official announcements have not yet been fully released, insiders have confirmed that Centrelink's new round of policy updates is in its final decision stage. The outcome will affect every senior, whether you receive your payment through Services Australia, the age pension, or another linked welfare scheme. The Centrelink review began as part of the government's promise to ensure older Australians are not left behind during the cost of living crisis. Inflation in essential goods, food, housing, and medical care has hit pensioners the hardest. Many retirees are struggling to stretch their payments between rent, medication, and groceries. The government knows this, and Centrelink's upcoming decision aims to adjust the safety net. This is not just about raising payments by a few dollars. It's about recalibrating the entire pension structure to reflect what seniors actually need to live comfortably and independently in today's Australia. What does that mean in real terms? It means Centrelink is expected to confirm a potential rise in the base rate for the age pension with additional supplements to help with energy and housing costs. There is also serious discussion about automatically increasing the energy supplement rather than requiring seniors to reapply for it each year. These changes could reduce the amount of paperwork older Australians need to deal with, making payments more direct, predictable, and efficient. Officials have noted that one of the biggest concerns from pensioners has been the slow adjustment of payments to match inflation. When prices go up, it often takes months before pensions increase. The government's goal now is to make those adjustments more automatic. Instead of waiting half a year, the new system under discussion could trigger faster recalculations every 3 months, ensuring that pensioners receive timely help that actually keeps up with living costs. The indexation system is also being reviewed for fairness. The way pensions are calculated today is based on a combination of the Consumer Price Index and the male total average weekly earnings figure. But this formula often underestimates the unique cost patterns faced by older Australians. For instance, many seniors spend more on medical bills, energy, and basic utilities than younger working households. As a result, their inflation experience is harsher. Centrelink's upcoming decision may introduce a new index, or at least a weighted version, that better captures those realities. This is not just a financial update, it's a welfare reform that could change the rhythm of how seniors budget and plan their lives. A stable pension means peace of mind. It allows retirees to plan their months without fear of sudden shortages. The government is aware that too many pensioners have had to make impossible choices, whether to skip meals, delay doctor visits, or cut back on heating in winter. The upcoming decision aims to ensure those situations become less frequent. For low-income renters, the review is particularly significant. Centrelink has been analysing how the Commonwealth Rent Assistance Programme could be expanded. Many pensioners currently receive this assistance, but the amount hasn't kept pace with rent surges in major cities. The new decision might bring an increase in rent assistance rates or expand eligibility to cover more people living in private rentals. Another point of review involves one-time support bonuses, similar to the energy bill relief that was distributed earlier in the year. Officials are considering whether new one-off top-ups could be approved in early 2026 if inflation continues to bite. That means seniors might see a combination of both regular pension increases and temporary relief payments to bridge the gap during difficult months. The government is also weighing how to support those who rely on the disability support pension and carer payment. The same cost pressures that affect age pensioners hit these groups just as hard. For carers, especially those looking after elderly relatives, the new Centrelink decision could include improved allowances and a simplified claiming process. Inside Centrelink offices, staff have been trained over the past months to handle system updates that would allow faster recalibration of payment schedules. This is one sign that major adjustments are indeed coming soon. The internal training sessions are part of a larger digital modernization plan that Services Australia has been rolling out to make sure all payments are processed with fewer delays and clearer communication. For seniors, these back-end changes might sound technical, but they matter enormously. A faster system means fewer waiting days between policy approval and money actually arriving in your account. It means more reliability in the payment calendar and fewer errors where pensions are delayed due to technical problems. The government's budget papers from earlier in the year already hinted that additional funds were being set aside for targeted welfare support for vulnerable Australians. That budget line now appears to be feeding into this Centrelink decision. It's not only about new money, it's about how existing funds are redistributed to make sure the right people get help first. There's also a focus on reducing payment gaps, situations where older Australians lose benefits temporarily due to missed reporting or identity updates. The upcoming reforms may remove unnecessary reporting requirements for pensioners who have no change in income or assets. That means less red tape and fewer interruptions in payments. For those living in regional and remote areas, the new policy might include a boost to travel allowances or assistance for healthcare access. These measures are still under consultation, but they are on the table because policymakers recognize that seniors outside big cities face higher transport and service costs. Centrelink's next big decision is therefore not a single announcement, it's a package. A combination of rate changes, system improvements, and new support measures are expected to be confirmed together. Once finalized, these updates will roll out automatically through existing payment systems. Pensioners will not have to reapply or fill out extra forms for basic adjustments. The likely timeline is between late December and March, when most indexation and policy updates typically take effect. For pensioners, that means the first noticeable increase could show up in early 2026 payments. However, depending on how the Energy Supplement review proceeds, some households might see adjustments earlier. Centrelink has been in communication with community support networks, advising them to prepare for increased inquiries from pensioners once the decision is public. Community centres and senior advocacy groups have been briefed on how to help older Australians understand their new entitlements. Behind the scenes, the Treasury has confirmed that welfare payments remain one of the largest components of government spending. This is why each decision is carefully balanced. The government must protect pensioners while ensuring the system stays financially sustainable. The next Centrelink decision tries to strike this balance, ensuring that seniors receive real relief without endangering future funding. For retirees who have recently joined the pension system, this may be their first experience with a major update. It's important to remember that every few years, the rules evolve to reflect new economic realities. That's why staying informed matters so much. Centrelink will communicate official details through letters, text notifications, and in-person visits for those without digital access. This decision is also politically significant. With cost of living challenges dominating national debates, the government's treatment of pensioners has become a central issue. Senior Australians represent a powerful and respected part of the population, and ensuring their financial stability is both a moral and electoral priority. The government knows that older citizens have worked, paid taxes, and contributed to building the country. Supporting them now is a matter of dignity and fairness. The review further aims to simplify how pension increases are communicated. Too often, seniors are left confused by technical language or small print changes. The next round of notifications will be designed in clearer language, so pensioners can easily understand how much extra they'll receive and when. From what's been gathered so far, the next pension rate adjustment could range from a modest $20 to $50 per fortnight increase, depending on household type and benefit category. That may sound small, but combined with expanded supplements and rent assistance, it could bring meaningful monthly relief. Another promising element being discussed is the automation of bonus payments tied to energy costs. Instead of requiring separate applications for state-based relief, the new system could identify eligible pensioners and deposit assistance directly. This would ensure that no senior misses out simply because they were unaware of an application form. Centrelink is also expected to clarify income and asset limits, an important topic for part pensioners. Many retirees on partial payments fear losing their benefits if they take small jobs or receive minor superannuation returns. The new decision may increase the threshold slightly, allowing seniors to earn or save a little more without penalty. This step would reward older Australians who want to stay active without punishing them financially. As with every welfare change, timing and clarity are everything. That's why Centrelink has been running internal audits to make sure all accounts are up to date. Pensioners are encouraged to keep their details accurate, including bank information and address updates, to ensure there are no interruptions when the changes are implemented. These adjustments are not only financial, they are psychological. For many older Australians, the pension is not just income, it's security. It's the assurance that even in uncertain times, the country stands behind them. Every time payments rise or become more efficient, it sends a message that seniors are valued. The human side of this decision cannot be overstated. Thousands of pensioners have shared stories of struggling to make ends meet, of skipping meals, postponing medical care, or feeling isolated because they can't afford social activities. The next big Centrelink decision aims to restore hope, even in small ways, by helping seniors regain some breathing space in their weekly budgets. While there is still no official announcement date, all indicators suggest the decision is imminent. Final recommendations are expected to reach the ministerial desk soon. Once approved, Centrelink will begin integrating the new parameters into its national system. Pensioners should keep an eye on their regular deposit summaries, as the new rates and supplements may be reflected automatically once activated. There is no need for panic or immediate action. The process will be handled centrally, ensuring consistency across all states and territories. Centrelink's modernization process also means that the MyGov system will display new payment breakdowns more clearly. Seniors who prefer paper statements will still receive traditional letters, ensuring accessibility for all. This entire process underscores one message: the government wants to make the pension system fairer, faster, and more protective against inflation. While the road has been difficult, and many Australians continue to struggle, there is recognition that pensioners deserve stability. In conclusion, Centrelink's next big decision carries weight not just for policy experts, but for every retired worker, every carer, and every family that relies on these payments. It represents the next step in ensuring dignity for older Australians, helping them stay secure, independent, and respected. The upcoming reforms, whether through payment increases, supplements, or simplified systems, will make everyday life a little easier for those who built the nation. This is the moment to stay informed and ready. Once the official decision is released, it will ripple across every Centrelink branch and every pension account in Australia. The support is coming, and for many seniors, it cannot come soon enough. That concludes today's urgent update on Centrelink's next big decision and what it means for pensioners. Stay tuned, stay informed, and keep your details up to date so you receive every dollar of support you're entitled to. The future of pension security in Australia is being decided right now, and this next step will define the coming year for millions of seniors.